Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the final all hands on deck of 2025, possibly forever. Let's see how 26 goes. I just want to take a minute to reflect. I know it's been an incredibly hard year for us all. It's been like wading through treacle for a lot of it. Um, on the surface, it feels very dark, very chaotic. But for those that were kind of following me in 21, I think it was, I said towards the end, it's got to feel dark and it's got to feel chaotic because you've got to wake up the last of the dregs. And 2025 has really been making inroads for that. Again, thanks to the Labour government for all of their hard work on that front, because actually what they've done, their actions and other things that have been going on around the world have very much helped to wake up a lot of people this year, or certainly start them on that journey. And it had to happen, and you can't necessarily do that in the light. If the light is shining bright and everyone feels good and everything's hunky-dory, then change isn't coming, and we desperately need change. And so the darkness and the chaos should be welcomed, really, however hard that feels. And I'm not negating the weight you're carrying. I'm not negating the heaviness you're feeling. That, like I say, wading through treacle feeling that comes with every day. I completely relate to how that feels. And everyone's worked so hard this year, and in previous years, to bring the truth, to lift the veil. And this year's been phenomenal for that. It really, truly has been a phenomenal year for that. We're seeing the standard division start to break down, the left right paradigms. You've still got plenty of morons hanging on to that. But as time goes on, they'll start to see, I believe, the error in their ways, and understand the only division there should be is between good and evil. And that's ultimately what all this comes down to, let's be honest. So let's go into 26, actually taking the benefits that have come out of 25, which this is the awakening. What's also been very interesting is Operation Tala, and the fact that we can now, with evidence, completely prove the entire establishment is corrupt, and there is no, recourse by following those routes. There is no recourse through the political or justice system. It's gone, it's done, it's over. And so the questions we should be asking ourselves, I believe, heading into 2026 is what comes next. What do we, the people, do? Now, to be honest with you, I'm not going to reveal names at this stage because I'm still doing my research into it, but the amount of snakes in the grass in the right side of the freedom movement is phenomenal. Well, they're all everywhere. I mean, it's not even just the right, they're all everywhere, but it's been quite shocking to discover, particularly in the last couple of weeks, a number of people in the freedom movement you think are on our side, and it turns out they're very much not. They're not, and some of them are shocking. And as that veil lifts and the truth comes out, we are going to see things we don't want to necessarily see, or hear things we don't necessarily want to hear, and it's tough. If it's the truth, then it matters. The truth is the truth, and there's going to be plenty of stuff none of us want to see or hear or know about, because it's like, oh, really? It's a bummer. But actually, in turn, that's fine, because you're not going to get transparency without truth, and actually that's what's needed, in order to wake the rest of the world up. So expect disappointment, expect things to feel negative, and then let's shake it off, let it go, move on, like almost immediately. There's no point hanging on to that. It is what it is. Let it go, move on, and go in with that fresh mindset of knowledge. So yeah, it's been a tough year. There's no getting away from it. 2025 has been a tough year. I'm going to attempt to take some time out at the beginning of 2026. I've got stuff in my own world I need to sort of focus on and deal with, and that's all fine. That's all good. And after 15 years of literally solidly every day, I think, almost doing what I could to help the movement, I'm going to take a look. I'd say that now. If something major happens, then I'm not going to be able to ignore it. I'm not. But I'm going to attempt to take a little bit of breathing space next year. And I don't think it'd hurt anyone to do the same. There'll come a point when we need to rally. We need to rally the troops, and we need to take action. And maybe we do have to have those conversations very early into 26. Doesn't look like any white knight is coming in. So it truly is down to we, the people. And like I say, the political route is dead. The judicial route is dead. All those big accounts out there, all the, pandering after these big accounts who hope someone does something, someone has an answer. Believe me when I say the majority of them as corrupt and nasty as they come. And that's why I've always said it comes back to we the people, and I stand by that. The only people I can truly trust are those in the grassroots. And don't get me wrong, some of those areas have been infiltrated. You've got to have your guard up a little bit, have your little spidey senses going on, because there's still more to be unveiled in terms of those snakes in the grass. And a lot of them are doing it themselves quite beautifully, actually. But some of them I might push along next year if I pop back. But yeah, don't feel too heavy darkness going into Christmas. Don't, because so much has been achieved, and the darkness is for those that need to wake up. If you can, keep shining your light. That's the most important thing you can do, and be very positive because, like I've said a million times, things have to crash and burn for the new to be born, and they're well on their way to crashing and burning right now. So it's not all bad. What we want is solutions now. We want it all dealt with now. We want the quick answers now. We want, and I get that. My goodness me, it's been a long old journey and everyone's tired. So take time to recoup and relax over Christmas if you can. Hang out with your family, and friends. Enjoy. Put it all down. Walk away for a bit. If that helps, then do it. I certainly will be. But like I say, just try and relax and enjoy Christmas. Come into the new year feeling a little bit fresher and understanding. I think we all need to understand that it shouldn't be too long before we start having conversations about what comes next. If people think we're waiting to the next election, they're having a laugh. We're not going to last that long. So we do need to have conversations, and I think the movement has to be next year. I don't think it can wait any longer. And I think we all know what that solution looks like. And it's how we conduct ourselves within that solution that actually matters, because there's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things, I believe. And I think it's very important we take the right route, because otherwise we're going to end up making life very difficult for ourselves. And it needn't be. It needn't be. None of this is actually hard, in terms of the concepts. The carrying it out is another matter entirely. But hey, let's have a chat about that maybe in the new year. But I just wanted to put this out there because I know a lot of people are feeling heavy. They're feeling that darkness. They feel like they're wading through treacle. 2025 has been, a huge letdown in terms of some of the anticipation and expectations of 2025 that we came into it with. And it's, like I say, been hugely disappointing overall. But if you look at what's been revealed, if you look at the amount of awakening, if you look at the fact that people are very, very close to the precipice now, I'd say that was all good. There's been some absolute clangers and some heartache and some difficulties, absolutely. But again, a part of going through that darkness and chaos is because you come through the other side into the light, and the revelations that come with that, the awakening that comes with that, and the vibe of energy of, all right, I'm done. And it's not just on the surface, like, people are done, literally done. And Tala and what we've brought forward just proves that we knew it anyway, but it's really good now to have the full evidenced facts that going down the usual routes is just a dead end. We're getting nowhere, and we've been able to prove that resolutely. There's no questions to be answered now. We've proven that. So it's the what comes next. And 2026, I think, is going to be the year we're going to see some things happen. And I think it's going to be the turnaround point for us, because you can feel we're at the precipice now. I think they've got to push the nuclear war thing a bit more. Maybe we'll see a bit more alien action. I don't know. There's going to be a few more things I think potentially going to drop. And then you'll reach a point and people will say, I'm done. And it'll be a point of desperation, because it has to be. People won't move unless they're desperate. And people are very, very close to that now. So I don't think it'll be too long. And it is a question of what comes next and how do we conduct ourselves? What is the wise man's route? What is that going to look like? So I'm going to have a little bit of time off, like I say, over Christmas, after Christmas, try and take a step back from everything. I might be back, I might not. I'm going to see how my own life goes. If I'm needed or I feel there's something I can do to help my country, I'll come back. But if it's going to be this long, slow walk for a while, I'm just not remotely interested. It's boring, and it's needed for the normies, absolutely. But for me, it's just tedious. So it's a good time to, put my life first for a change. And so I'm going to do that. But anyway, I hope everyone has a great Christmas, steps into the new year feeling a little refreshed, understanding that the darkness and the chaos is absolutely necessary right now, and we should welcome it. however hard that is to do. Don't get me wrong, I fully understand, but actually we should welcome it because of what comes through from that. And let's see what happens after Christmas. But God bless everyone. Really try and relax and enjoy it. It's really hard right now, and I appreciate that. But you've got to do that for you. And yeah, let's see what the new year brings. But if it's anything like 2025, I think we'll eventually see an eruption. Anyway, God bless. Merry Christmas. And maybe I'll see you on the other side.